Yo, subscribe to Doggie Diamonds TV. Real interviews, news, culture, entertainment. Hit that subscribe button now. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes of all of this. First and foremost, when you say somebody's not a tough guy, right? That is kind of interesting because in order for you to be a hustler in the street, you got to be tough or have some tough people around you. Because if not, I didn't mean to say that. Somebody is going to take your drugs. So if you're not a tough guy and you coming into a genre, now the genre is called coke rap, then how can you be a coke rapper and you not tough? The only way you can be that is if you have people around you who's going to hold you down because you're the money, or you're going to have yourself as somebody who's going to let it go. That just kind of like messes it up right there. Furthermore, I want to say this kind of messes the whole genre up, the whole coke rap genre. It messes up the whole genre because if this is happening to somebody who's considered to be the top, not because of skill, not because of believability, but top because the visibility, the most signable, the most marketable, and getting these big looks, if he can't fulfill paperwork, if he can't deliver, what happens when the culture look at the whole genre like all these dudes are full of? So it might be up for the whole genre. It might be up. The whole genre might be over with. Because first and foremost, the believability of a lot of dudes, many of us don't believe some of the dudes, just sometimes the raps is good. Niggas can rhyme. But as far as us believing you had a town locked down and all that shit, and then if you had a town locked down and you want a record deal and you signing your life away, but you had a town locked down and you this, that, and the third, but you trying to get on or you going under people, I don't believe you. Because if you can't put yourself on with the street money that you allegedly get or you got or had or whatever, it don't matter. And you don't win today's game off of yesterday's points. So all that shit you used to do don't mean nothing. If you're not talking about it from a past tense, educational standpoint, or we used to this, that, and the third, and this is the consequence of this, that, and the third, and you trying to get on and you trying to sign with people and you still trying to be under people and you always looking for help, use your own money. Let me tell you something. Y'all see me today because I went half and half with somebody with $300. But I invested in myself. Said person invested in themselves and we invested in each other. Although we don't work together anymore, it still started with $300 apiece. Never went under nobody, never been sunned out to nobody. I never waved nobody flag. And I was outside in the streets with the best of them, but I was out there getting legitimate money with the camera. I never had to front and portray a role that I was some big Willie boss dude getting bread, but then be on YouTube talking about hit my Cash App. I'm independent. I need the people's help. I need your likes. I need your viewership. I need your donation. I need your super chats. I need that. That's what make independence work. But for people to act like they got this, then they got that, but then you, Hove, get me out of this. So that means if Hove said, yo, I can get you out that situation, but a nigga want a table dance from you, you gonna do it? I'm being funny, but I'm just being real because I've never in my life been sunned out to nobody. Never went under nobody. Never was like, oh, that's my boss or this is my leader. First of all, I'm a grown ass man. Who can lead me if our job is to teach the youth? How you the blind leading the blind? So at the end of the day, when I look at other people in the genre and the culture, and I'm not gonna call their name because I don't know what they still actively doing, right? So I'm not gonna do that. But when I look at other people in the genre and the culture, and they put their money up and they did albums and then they signed situations, then I gotta respect them. But at the end of the day, if you somebody looking for help and you want to get on and somebody not doing this for you or doing that for you, I can't really respect you because if you really was spreading your money around, you don't need nobody help. Because you got money for this, you got money. One of the main things that these artists need is marketing and promotion. And they need to work on their rollout. Music is the last thing, in my opinion, because somebody always gonna like some corny shit, whether I like it or not. You understand what I'm saying? So you got a whole genre where somehow he got propelled to number one. He had the most visibility with being Grammy nominated. But then, in a situation where you begging for somebody to get you out of a deal. Because like I said, if I'm in a situation where I don't like my situation, I might have to pull shiesty some shit. But I would never put myself in that situation because I ain't no fucking Doja. What these niggas is doing is taking consignment money from somebody and he ran off on the plug. See, if I give you consignment bread, you can't give me my money back. I want my chips with dip. You can't give me my money back because that means you don't flip my money once or twice. Now you trying to give me back what I gave you? Nah. What about the flip bread? What about the fact that you was able to get on your feet from my bread and then now you don't want to give me my bread back? With dip. But that's one of our biggest problems. We don't know how to do business. We don't know how to handle business. We keep wanting to do nigga business, and nigga business don't work in corporate America. Nigga business don't work in the dealership. It don't work with housing. It doesn't work with realtors. It don't work in banks. It don't work when you going to get things that's gonna better and broaden your life and things. We just keep thinking that we could just do this type of business, and when we don't like the business, we could just get out of it. That's not how that works, because dudes is lucky that this ain't old times, because old times is once you put your name on something and you don't fulfill that, you don't fulfill nothing. You could take that for what you want. But what does this do to the genre? Because I don't even, me personally, I never really was into the genre. That's just me. I like rap. I like creativity. But when your whole thing is that you a coke rapper, the fuck is that? But it became a genre. It became a genre because you got these little white boys who's fascinated by that. Who's fascinated by somebody who could tell a tale about how they oppress their own black people. Don't get me started, because I'm going to be cool. Because niggas start crying when you think they talking about them, although I'm talking about everybody, excluding nobody. But I got videos, and I'm a product of a household of somebody that was an addict. So I seen what it do to cribs. I seen what it did to my neighborhood. I seen what it did to my house. I seen what it did. That's why I never delved into the game like that. And dudes act like they on some Robin Hood shit where they taking from this and doing this. I mean, Nino Browns wouldn't have to give up turkeys. Thank you, Coach, for the super chat. Nino Brown wouldn't have to give out turkeys if he didn't get the whole neighborhood strung out. Just really think about that. So artistically, I'm not mad at nobody as an art. Artistically, man, a nigga could rhyme about crayons. Artistically, you know, Eminem rapped about doing shit to his moms and his girl. You know, we can't get away with that. But artistically, you do what you want to do. But when you want to be believable, when you want people to believe, like, I'm really out here, I'm really doing this, it's like, hold on. So what part of you is responsible for fucking up us? What part, like, where's the righteousness in that shit? So what are you loyal to? Are you loyal to the dollar, or you loyal to your community and your people? And is your people your household? Is your people us? See, this is the paradox that a lot of these dudes be fighting with. That's why they be snapping and going crazy, because you got an angel on this shoulder and the devil on this shoulder. But at the end of the day, if you're supposed to be righteous and you're supposed to be doing something, you still can't wait to do a deal with the devil. You still can't wait to do a deal with the devil. Oh man, let me get off. I'm about to leave, because goodness gracious. And doing they people wrong. You do your people wrong. Look, his whole thing is, Lord Jamar ain't getting nothing. So he just don't deserve nothing because he Lord Jamar. And that's the thing with a lot of these guys. They come in the eyes of righteousness, and they come in the eyes of, they grow a fan base of people, but then they don't want to pay their people. Pay your people. Pay your
people.
Doggie Diamonds did this.